afternoon, students. I am Mr. Simanchal Panda, going to start the class for biopharmaceutics, factors affecting absorption. Absorption is the defined as the process of unchanged drug from the site of administration to systemic circulation. Whenever you are taking any kind of formulation, it will disintegrate into different parts, then it will make contact with the body fluid and the drug will start to dissolute, and the drug will get contact with the blood and it will cross the GI membrane, which is lipophilic in nature. The non-ionic drug will cross and the ionic drug will come out. So the different process, if you are taking tablet or capsule, first of all it will go for the disintegration process, then it will go for the after disintegration it will make convert into granules and aggregate, then it will convert into fine particles. So there are different factors which are influencing the rate of absorption. The first one is that physicochemical properties of drug substance, like drug solubility and dissolution rate. We know that there are different factors which are influencing the solubility. First, if a drug is soluble in water, that is soluble in blood. So whenever a drug has to be is polar in nature, the rate of dissolution is higher. Second is that whenever we are taking any substance or any drug, if the surface area will increase, the rate of absorption will increase. For example, if you are taking a bulk, or here we take consider for a brick piece, and it will occupy a smaller place, but whenever you are making it grind into fine particles, it will occupy more surface area. That is indicating that if you are reducing the size of any solid, it will increase the surface area. Once it is increasing the surface area, it will get contact with more surface area and the rate of dissolution will be higher. Next one is the particle size and the effective surface area. As I discussed now, if the particle size will be reduced, it will enhance its surface area and the rate of absorption will be faster. Next one is the polymorphism and amorphism. Among the powder, we know that there is crystalline substance and amorphous substance. Crystalline substance are those which are having their geometrical arrangement of atom. So they are having their bonding between the atom is very stronger, or molecule is stronger compared to the amorphous substance. So it will require higher energy to break and to get soluble, and the amorphous is higher soluble compared to this crystalline substance. Again, the polymorphism is one of the important criteria, that is polymorphism coming from the two words poly and morph. Poly means many, morph means shape. So sometime any solid, if changing the environment, it will change different type of the shape, then that phenomenon is known as the polymorphism. So those type of substance may interfere the rate of absorption. Salt form of the drug, it is known that if you are taking any acidic substance, it will be well absorbed in the alkaline medium, and if that is an alkaline substance, it will be well absorbed in the acidic medium. So if generally if you are taking any kind of drug, for example you are taking this barbiturate, so barbiturate is found in the form of the salt form, that is barbituric acid. So these are made to make them stable for long time, and the salt whenever it will get contact with the different environment, the rate of absorption depend upon its nature, whether it is acidic or basic after dissociation. So lipophilicity of the drug is also playing an important role. That means if you are taking any kind of substance that is either hydrophilic in nature or it is lipophilic in nature. So generally the polar drugs are easily absorbed in the blood. If those are lipophilic in nature, they are not soluble in a polar solvent, that is the water, so plasma cannot adhere them for long time. So the lipophilicity of the drug play a role for the absorption of the drug. Pseudomorphism is one of the factor. pKa and pH, generally if you are taking any kind of drug that is coming to different medium, if that is alkaline drug, if that is getting contact with the GIT, especially in the stomach, then the rate of absorption will be faster. If that is acidic drug at the alkaline medium, the rate of absorption will be faster. The drug stability also play an important role. Some drug get metabolized before it is coming to the systemic circulation. So that is known as the fast pass metabolism. So those type of the drug cannot come to the systemic circulation in unchanged method. So there are other factors like that. If you are changing the different type of the formulation, so those type of formulation, the rate of absorption will also vary. For example, the liquid dosage forms are faster absorbed compared to the semi-solid, and semi-solids are better absorbed compared to the solid dosage form. So among those different dosage form, first we will consider about this powder, we will consider about the solution. Solutions are the monophagic liquid dosage form, and those are easily dispersed in our body fluid, and the rate of action will be faster. Second one is the we will see about the suspension. There is emulsion and suspension, that is a biphagic liquid dosage form. First, the monophagic liquid dosage form like elixir, solutions, syrups, these are easily absorbed than the emulsion. Why? Emulsion is a biphagic liquid dosage form. Both are liquid in nature. So among that, if the external environment is the water, so those type of emulsion are faster absorbed compared to the oil layer present outside. So this is one type of the that is the formulation. First monophagic, then biphagic. Among biphagic, emulsion will be absorbed faster. Next one is the suspension. Suspension also biphagic liquid dosage form in which solid is entrapped within the liquid. So compared to emulsion, the rate of absorption is slower in suspension. Again, if you are considering about the semi-solid dosage form, it will be absorbed faster compared to the solid dosage form. So among those solid dosage form, we can see that the powders will be absorbed faster than the granules, then we can get the dispersed system, then there will be capsules, then tablets. So these are the different increasing order, decreasing order of absorption when you are changing the different formulation. So dosage form characteristic and the pharmaceutical ingredient, then the disintegration time may play an important role. If you are taking some conventional dosage form like tablet, they can be found in many types like fast dissolving tablet, mouth dissolving tablet, conventional tablet, then we can go for the sustained release tablet and different type effervescent tablet. So different type of the tablets are having different disintegration time. So rate of disintegration also depend the rate of absorption. So generally the sustained release formulations are hard in nature, and those are not disintegrated, those are absorbed in the intestine. Dissolution time play an important role. How much time it will go for the dissolution. Generally, if you are going some fast release drugs, those are dissolved in the mouth. For example, Disprin, if you are taking it, it will give onset of action very fast. If you are taking some sustained release formulation, the rate of dissolution is slower. So as the binder concentration is more, so the rate of dissolution will also influence the rate of absorption. Next one is the manufacturing variables, like if you are taking different tablets and compression force is more, so at that time the tablet will be compressed high and the rate of release of the drug will be decreased. Pharmaceutical ingredients, what are different pharmaceutical ingredients? We will take, for example, binder disintegrant ratio we are changing. If the binder concentration is more, the rate of absorption will be slower. And sometimes we are taking the vegetable oils as the lubricant, sometimes those are coming to the formulation, at that time the rate of dissolution generally decreases. So there are different type of dosage forms, and depending upon the dosage form and the site of absorption also, the dissolution rate also vary. For example, if you are taking the dosage form which has to be given to the IV route, the rate of absorption will be faster. If you are giving to the oral route, it will be somewhat slower. So depending upon the site of that administration, the rate of dissolution will also vary. The rate of absorption will vary accordingly. That is the age and the storage condition. Generally, if the products are having their own determined expiry date, and before that it can be used, that is giving the good activity. Sometimes the drugs may get deteriorate in presence of moisture content or in presence of sunlight. So in order to avoid that one, we can go for the product age and storage conditions factors. So there are different patient related factors are there, like age. We can see that if they are having the child, if they are kid, or these are the geriatric or the old patient, the absorption rate and the excretion rate is not mature enough, and the drugs are getting degrade easily inside the body, and sometimes without giving the activity these are eliminated out, and sometimes they will reserve on the body. For example, if some person is fat, so generally if they are taking the lipophilic drug, they will be absorbing the fat for a long time, and it is difficult to excrete from the body, and the depot formation may take place. And during the disease condition also, as the geriatric people are having, it will not remain same as the adult. The adult is having the proper dissolution rate and the absorption. Gastric emptying time, for example, we are taking the different type of the food. If you are taking the fatty food, it will take a lot of more time to empty the stomach to the intestine, and if you are taking the protein, it will take somewhat lesser time compared to the fat, and if you are taking the carbohydrate food or the fiber food, the gastric emptying time will be more faster. So if you are taking any kind of medicament to the oral route, so the most of the time the drug has to be absorbed in the intestine. So if the gastric emptying is faster, the drug will come to intestine and it will intake contact for and faster onset of action we can get it. If you are taking the liquid dosage form, liquid food, so the gastric emptying time will be least. Intestinal transit time, that means how much time it is remaining in the intestine. We know that intestine is the place where the drugs are getting absorbed and the drugs are giving a effect in the body. So how much time it will remain in the intestine? More time, the more the sustained release form, dosage form will give more absorption. That gastrointestinal pH, generally we are taking different type of food, and according to the food, the stomach pH, the gastrointestinal pH also vary. For example, if you are taking more amount of sour food, so for example, different fruit, citrus fruit or tamarind, if you are taking more, so definitely the intestinal pH will be somewhat acidic. So if you are taking the alkaline drug, it will be absorbed faster. If you are taking the acidic drug, it will take time to get absorbed in the body. Similarly, if you are taking some basic substance, for example, if you are taking some soda, alkaline materials, so the pH of the intestine will vary. It will be alkaline in nature. So at that time, this acidic drug will be absorbed faster compared to the alkaline substance. So disease state also plays an important role. If someone is suffering from gastrointestinal disorder, the gastric emptying time will vary, and the rate of absorption will also change. If the liver is affected also, it will show its effect. So blood flow through the GIT, if you are healthy enough and the blood flow is faster, then the rate of absorption will be faster. Then other drugs, if you are taking other drugs, they may give some drug interaction or food drug interaction. If you are taking different fluids, the gastric emptying time will be faster. So other GIT content will also influence the rate of absorption. So pre-systemic metabolism also playing an important role. So drug solubility and the dissolution rate, these are depending upon different factors which are explained by different theory. So Fick's law is one of the important theory. Whenever you are taking any drug, it will be disintegrate, it will become the fine particle, then after it will go for the dissolution, and if that is not lipophilic in nature, then it will be absorbed and it will cross the membrane, and after it will cross the membrane, it will act in the body. So the Fick's law indicate that dC by dt is equal to dAkW by O Cgit minus C divided by H, where A is the surface area, D is the constant, Kw by O is the partition coefficient, Cgit minus G is the that is the concentration ingredient, and H is the thickness of the medium. So depending upon that, the rate of dissolution will vary. So there are different theories are also associated with it, like film theory, diffusion model. So here we can see if you are taking any kind of drug, it will get contact with the gastric fluid and it will start to make a stagnant layer. So at that time, the outside concentration of the drug is less and inside it is having more. So CS is the steady state plasma concentration, and here the thickness is the H. The diffusion will take through these molecules and bulk of the solution against the concentration gradient, it will start to move. The diffusion means the drug will start to move from the higher concentration level to the lower concentration level. So it is a must. So there are Noyes-Whitney theory is also associated with it. dC by dt is equal to K Cs minus Cv, where dC by dt is the dissolution rate constant